my name's Charlie Easton and I'm a professional landscape painter. And as a landscape painter, someone who paints the outdoor environment, why wouldn't I want to be outside, outdoors, painting? You know, sometimes I'll take reference material and paint inside, but there's nothing more pure and more honest than painting within the scene that you're trying to depict, because the wind in your hair, the change of light on a tree, the birds tweeting, that all ends up in the painting, and you can feel it when you see a piece that has been done on site. There's an authenticity to it and a real power, in my opinion. And clearly I can't paint outside all the time, but whenever I can, that's where I really love to be. So it started to get pretty wet out there, and I thought I'd come back to the comfort and the chaos of the studio to show you my plein-air outdoor painting setup. So hopefully you'll get a few hints for your own setup from mine. So very quickly, what I've got here, I've obviously got my canvas. This is on a French easel. I use lots of different kinds of easels depending on how far into the backcountry I'm going. I've got all of my paint squeezed out into these fishing tackle boxes. And I like to have my paint all ready to go, so that's why I have it squeezed out. I generally use golden heavy body acrylic. It's got really high levels of pigment within that paint, which I really like, especially when I'm trying to create these rich greens. I don't have to put a huge amount of paint on, but I get a great strength of paint. I've got a little collapsible water bowl. I have a spray bottle, which is really useful for spraying and keeping my paint wet. I've got a little travel stool. If I want to get a low angle when I'm painting, I'll sit on that. And then I have a large selection of brushes of various sizes, from very small to quite large. And don't judge me, because I keep ruining my brushes by getting too much paint on them. I use some gloss acrylic medium as well to mix into the paints, but really that's it. All of this fits in one bag, and it's really useful to have your setup so well dialed when you go out into the elements. I've always painted or sketched or doodled or whatever. I've always enjoyed the creative process all my life. But it was only when I moved to Canada 12 years ago now, and I saw these incredibly dramatic scenes that were all around me and all around us in this country, and just had to get amongst it and get out painting. One thing I'd say to any aspiring artist or anyone that I'm teaching about painting outside is that you do get bombarded by a huge number of stimuli. There's so much out there that you could paint. So you really have to concentrate and ask yourself and answer the question, what is it about this scene that makes me so excited, or that moves me? Because if you know the answer to that, then you can make your painting far more focused. And then the person who's going to look at that painting will know exactly what you're trying to say and what was moving you to paint at the time.